Hey friends, it's Nikki. Welcome and welcome back. Before we dive in today, just a quick reminder, this video is part of a playlist hop, so be sure to check out the next video. I'll have it linked down below. There are so many talented creators joining us today, and you won't want to miss the full lineup of inspiring journaling projects. Okay, before we get into this, full disclosure, I'm starting this from scratch. I've never really been into journaling, but my sweet friend Tiffany at Simply Blessed Crafts has been sharing her love for junk journaling, and that's really what planted the seed. I've dabbled a little, but for my first real go of it, I thought, why not make my own journal from the ground up? So that's what we're going to do today. I know probably a lot of people will watch and be like, what the heck is she doing? But I'm just one of those people, when I start something new, I do struggle, and that's the way I've been my whole life. So the saying work smarter, not harder, that doesn't always apply to me, unfortunately, but it hasn't stopped me now, and it's not going to stop me. So let's jump right into the video. To start out this tutorial, I grabbed 2 pieces of cardboard. I'm not cutting them to any particular size. This whole process is intuitive, so I'm just going with the flow. A lot of this project is guided by feel rather than rules, so parts of this video will likely have music instead of a voiceover. Sometimes it's hard to explain every step when you're just creating from the heart. I'm using this amazing box cutter I got from Amazon, and let me tell you, this thing cuts like a dream. It's loud, but that doesn't bother me one bit. It slices right through cardboard like butter. I'll make sure to link it down below in case you're interested. I'm covering my cardboard with some canvas I picked up at Goodwill, and once that's in place, I'm joining both pieces together by gluing each side down to fabric and then wrapping it kind of like we did when we used to cover our books in school, and kind of like wrapping a present at the same time. But I did cover both pieces with the canvas and first before doing this step. You'll see me going back and forth between using hot glue and fabric tack. I like fabric tack, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if it's just my bottle, but the nozzle is absolutely horrible and it just goops right out, and it's just a nightmare. So I do go back and forth a bit. I'm going for a soft, shabby chic vibe with this one. So you'll see lots of lace and pinks and prettiness. Now, I'm pulling out this pretty fabric from my stash. No measuring, no pattern, just cutting and letting my creativity guide me. This part really is intuitive art, so I probably won't do much talking here. Sometimes it's best to just enjoy the process and let your hands lead the way. While I'm gluing down this fabric and playing around with placement, I just figured this might be a nice moment to just chat. Do you like to journal? Or maybe you're more into scrapbooking or memory keeping? I'd love to know what kind of creative things you've been working on lately. This kind of project, it's just me, my cup of tea, a few supplies, my cat, and some quiet time to just play and ground myself. No rules, no pressure, just creating for the joy of it. And if you've ever thought about starting a journal, maybe take this as your first little nudge. I say just go for it. And seriously, I always love reading your comments. They make my day. So please feel free to share what you're working on down below. I'd love to know. For the inside where the binding will go, I'm using some cheesecloth that I dyed in coffee to give it that aged vintage feel that I love. I'm gonna glue it down with fabric tack, and I'll cut an extra piece right along the seam so both sides have that soft edge from the cheesecloth. I was thinking that it would give the inside a more balanced look, like it always meant to be that way. Now I'm bringing in some gorgeous lace that I picked up from Timo ages ago. Oh, how I miss browsing their collection, I'm telling you. I'm going to line it up along the outer spine of the journal, trying to center this lovely embroidery detail right down the middle. I didn't want to lose those sweet medallions on the end, so I made sure not to stretch the lace too tightly. Then I just secured it in place with a mix of some fabric tack and hot glue and gave the edges a clean trim. Watching this, I guess I didn't use any fabric tack on this part, but this is how we're looking so far. Next, I'm working with some cardstock that I had pre-cut, but I left it just a little big in case it shrinks while drying. I'm crumpling it up a bit and giving it a nice dunk in some coffee that I keep in the fridge. Nothing fancy, just enough to stain the paper and bring out that lovely aged look. Once it's soaked, I set it aside, let it dry, and I do dry it a bit with my embossing gun. And I think it's going to add such a charming touch to that vintage, shabby chic feel that I love so much. I'm going to apologize right now. In the next clip, you're going to see lace trim around my journal. I checked back in my videos and somehow it didn't get recorded. The papers are a little too big, and plus I want to remove some of the pencils, so maybe like right about there. So I thought it would be fun to just wing it. Take one of my big needles. That's how we will bind this journal. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I listen to people talk sometimes and I'm like, do I have that rhythm? I think everybody has their own rhythm, but I certainly can't talk in front of the camera like a lot of people do. But I know that it does take practice. I mean, I've watched a lot of videos on, you know, how to talk to the camera or, you know, other people's tips and tricks. It doesn't just happen. You're not just naturally gifted to talk to the camera. So there's that. I'm usually, whoops, sorry, I don't mean to make you sick. I'm usually watching like a YouTube video or whatever while I'm doing this, or at least listening to it. And so when I start talking, my animals just gravitate to me. They think they're missing something, but they're not. I'm just talking. But if I say the T-R-E-A-T word, whoo, they will come up out of a dead sleep and show up like it's ready for a party or something. Chickle wow wow. It's always a musical inside my head. And I walk around all day just singing, like random weird stuff. All the dogs, they all have their own song or little jingle I come up with, and actually there's more than one for each of them, I'm telling you. Does anybody else do that? Like call their dogs a bunch of different names of their cats, dogs and cats, whatever you have for animal, or, you know, just sing them songs that come up in your head. Oh, that's me. That is me. I have bruises all over me. Look at this one. I have no idea where it came from. I noticed it at work the other night. I'm like, where did this bruise come from? I bruise really easy though, like out of nowhere. Although I haven't checked my leg since this morning, but I ran right into my bed. Full-fledged. I mean, granted, there's not a lot of space to walk around my bed, because my husband and I, we took the small room when my sister moved in with us, and we didn't want to shuffle around all the rooms because our dogs have their own room and they have the second, yeah, it definitely compares to the size of my sister's room, but they have the second largest room in the house, and my sister has the other because when she moved in, we gave her our bedroom because we wanted her to have more privacy, and off our bedroom is a private exit, so she could, you know, have more privacy when she has a visitor and whatever. And then, so our bedroom's super small, and you know, we have the room for the dogs, we have the room for the cats, but the cats and we share the room. It's my cat craft room. They don't seem to mind. But the dogs aren't using their kennels anymore. They just decided out of the blue they didn't want to use their kennels. So we're gonna get rid of those, and I'm probably just gonna move over there because redoing the attic and that whole project is gonna cost way too much money than I am interested in at this point in time. So this side is kind of annoying me. It's kind of bulky, but I wanted to include these cutesy little designs in my lace. So because of that, it bows out. You can see it just bows out. So that's why it looks like that. Oh wow. So there we have some cute little pages. And I thought it would be fun to make a pocket using one of these on the front here. Granted, it's still quite white, but I didn't dye this. I can most certainly dye it, or I can just, let's see. Yeah, okay, we can do this. Pause for a second. This one's cool. Yes, Daddy's little girl. You're the end of the rainbow, my pot of gold. You're daddy's little girl. To have and hold a precious gem is what you are. You're mommy's bright and shining star. You're the spirit of Christmas. My star on the tree. You're my Easter bunny to mommy and me. You're sugar, your spice, you're everything nice, and you're daddy's little girl. Oh my God. I don't want to rip that off because I think this is beautiful. Guys, this one is cool because I played clarinet all growing up and used to do solo ensembles at one of our local colleges called Colby College. And I always felt quite honored to be a part of that and to be chosen as one of the people, one of the candidates that gets to participate. I should have done this first, but I did not, so we can't change that now, can we? So I have this bag filled full of randomness, and if you watched one of my tutorials not too long ago, I took these out of these beautiful vintage frames. So I'm thinking I could just do that there. I don't necessarily need a frame around it. So I think I'm just going to glue. This Aleene's Tacky Glue is real good stuff. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's stick that there. Yeah, let's stick that there. I like it. All right, I want to put something. I signed up for this and was thinking, do you even know what you're gonna do, Nicole? Like, of course, no. But you know, who's judging? None of you are, right? None of you are. Mighty Nikki is on the way. All right. Oh, let's see. Oh, this is fun. What's this? I've had this stuff in my stash very, very long time. Very, very, oh, His Majesty's service. What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We like His Majesty's there. Mm-hmm. We do. That's adorable. And I do like this. These are kind of cute. I like this one. Let me put on a few of these. I've used these in other projects. I do think they're a cute addition to practically anything. Let's worry about you right now. This is the way I have to go because I can't draw. I absolutely cannot draw. Can't paint. I know there's a lot of creators out there that can do some really fun things, but I know my limits. I'm all for trying something new, but I also know my limits. That's pretty. Try to put them on all corners. I don't have enough. Is that the same one? No. I do not have enough, which is perfectly okay. Will it look cute if I did two different ones? Nope. Nope, it's not gonna work. Let's leave it like that, because I have no idea how to use this. No idea. Okay. So what do I do? Like this? No, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. No. This needs some TLC. Look what I did with my scissors. There we go. I'm grabbing this beautiful lace from my stash. It's been dyed in coffee and has that perfect worn-in charm that I love. I'm going to glue that right down along the page, and then I'll add this sweet little button I found at an antique store. It's covered in a soft pink fabric, and I think that adds just a lovely, delicate touch to this. I'm going to use this lock stamp, and it doesn't transfer as well as I want it to, or that I hope. So I just go in and highlight the sides and draw in the part where the lock sets and add my favorite script stamp. I found this lace at Goodwill. It came in a bag full of assorted laces and such, and this one speaks vintage to me. So I was real happy to be able to use that in this project. I picked up this paper mache circle from Goodwill and decided to cut it in half to use as a decorative detail along the spine, and it's also going to add a pocket. After trimming the edges, I glued it in place using some hot glue. And then I grabbed my awl and punched two small holes through it at the top so I could thread some vintage lace through. I tied it off in a bow, and I love how soft and sweet it looks against the paper mache. After that, I'm going to use my distress spritz and antique linen from Tim Holtz. I've used it before and didn't love it, but I have to say I'm really happy with how it turned out here. It has the prettiest soft gold shimmer that just catches the light. I'm definitely going to experiment with this more. I'm going to use this vintage linen I found years ago at an antique store. I dyed it in coffee as well, and it's got such a cozy aged look to it. I'm tacking it down gently using some hot glue, and you'll notice I go back over it to adjust the lace to face outward as well. I wanted that sweet detail to peek out along the edge of the paper mache. Or should I say pocket? It's a pocket, and it's adorable. I also, you could see I put Dollar Tree pearl beads along the inside of the lace, and then I just tacked down the tails of my bow. Next, I took this long envelope and cut off the sides using my pinking shears. I'm going to hot glue it down to this blank piece of paper. In a few moments, you'll see me spritz it with some distress ink, but for now, I'll just let you sit back and watch how it all comes together. And that's where I'll leave you today, friends. This little journal came together from bits and pieces, scraps and stories, and I truly loved every moment of creating it. There's something magical about watching a humble piece of cardboard and some fabric become something that feels like it holds memories, even before a single word is written inside. If this hop ends up being a hit, you'll be able to see what else I do with this journal. I truly hope that you enjoyed this project as much as I did. If you did, I'd be so thankful if you gave it a like, left a comment down below. Your words always mean so much to me. I read every one. And if you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe and join our little creative corner. I want this space to feel like a happy place where everyone feels welcome and inspired. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. Don't forget to check out the rest of the hop. The link to the next person is down in my description box, so go check out the next person and bounce through the hop. Until the next one, guys. Bye.